over any interracial killing. But you don't have to be a killing. It was like that over fucking dating, marriage. Years ago, even now, there's a whole host of motherfuckers that like, Joe, a good guy, but I wouldn't want you to marry my daughter. A motherfucker feel comfortable telling me that shit, and there's a bunch of black motherfuckers that feel the same way. Joe, you fuck with them snow bunnies too much. That racist shit is prevalent every fucking where, man. I'll admit, a matter of fact, I won't even make a comment onto which is presented more. It's so fucking prevalent, it's a problem. I'll leave it there.
Well, thank you guys, and looks like we're already filling up completely backstage. And Joe, I like you, but I wouldn't let your trouble making skanky old ass. So let's bring everybody else on up.
Spin City on the screen, he walks in like a spark. Tie little crooked and he lights up the dark. Mic in his hand and the room starts to shake. Every seat got a fighter, every point got a stake. He points, he grins, then the volume goes high. One more hot take and somebody might fly. Hands up, here we go again. Talk real loud, let the chaos begin. Side to side and the truth gets loud. Spin City calls it out. Right there in the crowd, the panelists on America. Rising media, the panelists on America. Hey, rising media.
And we're back. So let's go ahead and kick off with the opening questions. Santa, I like to be go clockwise. I'm a good joint passer. You go ahead and kick it off, sir.
All right.
Puff, puff, pass.
I am probably going to have to go out and come back in.
Yeah, that will happen. That will happen.
I'm having technical difficulties myself. I got a backup phone, but I'm still working on solving this. I'm listening.
Was your question
so
for Joe or Moon?
Kind of both, because I found them merging after a while, and it's like able to say that media is the one that's throwing gas on the flames. So why do different cultures and subcultures buy into it?
I can hear everyone now.
He said that you're both recognizing that media is the one throwing the gas on the racism flame. So why is anybody buying into it?
Or why are we still buying into it? Because when there is something that easily is portrayed as this, regardless of colors, this kid was the saint. Gosh, he helped his grandma with the lawn every weekend. It's these kind of characterizations that are tearing the culture apart, and I think needlessly so.
We lost Moon again. Joe, would you like to interact with the question? There's Moon back.
Yep. Every time someone leaves or comes back in, it messes it up. So.
Yeah, you need to download the StreamYard app, and that fixes that.
Okay.
Apparently, StreamYard has an app for the cell phone, and the app does not have this particular glitch. That's actually a real common thing that we see on the panels.
Okay.
So Santa's question is why are we interacting with the media-driven racist flames that they keep trying to stoke?
Because we're media-driven people. That's how we get our news. No one reads the internet anymore. No one goes out of the way to read the newspaper. No one goes out of their way to read the news. Everyone is going based off of what the news tells us, what is on video, what have you. No one goes out of their way to actually go and see it for themselves unless they have to.
And Joe, would you have a statement on that? Joe has went into full camouflage mode.
Yeah, he must have had to go out and he's got to come back. He probably didn't hear anything.
Yeah. Well, we will come back, put a pin in that, and come back and ask Joe his feelings on that. Kraut, did you have anything else you wanted to ask Santa?
It looks like it's frozen on my end. Oh, there he's moving.
Santa is able to be very still. Do you have anything else to ask,
Okay,
Santa?
I see you moving.
Well, a second part of it is, I recall growing up when Jesse Jackson was referring to New York City as a certain kind of town. Can you hear me, Clay?
Yeah, somebody's got some background noise.
Oh, okay. And so this has been going on a while. No panel's going to do it. But going back to the prompt, I think the reason that these crimes are labeled the way they are is their presentation in media, whether or not they're being distributed this way by local law enforcement. And second, local law enforcement's not above doing their stats their way for their reasons.
Very good, Santa. And again, we will come back to
But
Joe. Joe, okay. you can
Why are we so hungry for them? Why is the media so hungry to focus on that?
Because it sells papers. It sells clicks. It's gossip. The brain is attracted to negative news, and people want to see whoever they disagree with or hate or whatever it is. They want to see them get piled on and get into trouble. It's just like the third grade.
Yep, and I agree. And it shouldn't be that way. Unless like I had said, unless it is deemed necessary, the media shouldn't even be able to focus on it, or shouldn't even want to focus on the fact that it was a white guy killing a black guy or a black guy killing a white guy. That shouldn't be the focus of their arguments. It should be the fact that a person killed another person.
But they're not concerned with the people, Moon. They're just really not. And they're not concerned with a lot of the income disparity is the main driver of this. It's not genetics. It's not suntans. Economics are the main driver of this, and there's a way to fix it. And if we simply gave the school dollars based on an even keel across each state and not
As opposed to property taxes.
Exactly.
Yes, that would be a great fucking beginning to cure this shit. Yeah.
it would do a lot. But they know the solution. They don't. Whoever it is that's controlling the interest doesn't want it to change. That's why it doesn't.
It does have the added benefit that we're like.
Okay, I will be back. I'm gonna download this app, Balderson, and figure it out because now I can't hear Joe. So I will be back momentarily.
Shit! Tell her,
Give me like
tell her to hold
10
on, and
minutes
tell her
to
to hold
download
on. Someone
this.
say hold on.
She
Tell her
can't. She can't even hear you. She
One of
can't even
y'all
hear-
tell her to wait. One of you can't hear y'all either.
Nobody can hear. She can't hear anybody.
She can't hear us,
Okay.
Joe, because
All
she's
right.
got the StreamYard glitch going on.
Right. I was gonna say, and y'all might want to hear this too. If you take the StreamYard and you copy paste it and you enter through Google, that buys you a hell of a lot more time than just simply pasting the thing. Yep. All right.
Now, Joe,
will
what
make sure-
do you say about what I was saying about the income disparity being one of the major roots for this? It influences.
It's more than racism by far. It's far more than racism, income disparity, and it has the added benefit of keeping us at each other's throats, which is where I was going. And it's also, it has a thing that fucks me up in what I'm trying to accomplish, because people can use, it is so much about finance that people can say it's all about finance. It has nothing to do with race. And it fucks me up in that sense because people say, we're just totally discount race, and I can't get help from them at that point.
Yeah, I agree. I liked your presentation, and I think if people were more willing to hear each other,
Yes.
we might be able to move forward. But
Yes.
you
I'm
gotta do
fortunate,
work.
man. I'm finding some friends in some places where I'm able to have these conversations without people getting emotional. And I don't mean to disparage them in any way by saying that. It just, if my efforts are to get there quickly and succinctly or directly, every time all of that us yelling at each other and or deflecting because it's uncomfortable to talk about shit, that shit gets on my nerve endlessly, man. I like to be direct. And I found people who can do that shit without getting in their feels, and they've helped me so much. Like, I need to stop calling everything racism. Say what it is, right? Don't say fuck it. You might be thinking privilege, Joe. You're thinking this, but fuck it all falls under some white motherfucker told me that.
Well, power on. Moon, did you hear the question or
I
commentary?
didn't. I ended up downloading the app that Balderson told me. So
Well, it's not all that important. I don't think it'll shatter the earth if it doesn't get covered. I'll come
It's
back.
all right. You're just gonna get. It's all right. You're just getting cold for Christmas. No problem.
Yeah.
With that, we'll go ahead to Clay.
Sure. Yeah, I appreciate it. Appreciate you guys coming up and having this discussion, this debate here. Race relations is very important in this particular topic of why it is that more often when it comes to black on white crime, it does not get labeled as hate crimes versus the rate of white on black crimes that get labeled as hate crimes. And that, I believe, is the correct way to say that. Correct, Moon?
yes.
Okay,
I
very
think
good.
you said it better than she did. Shit.
Well, you know, I try to pay attention to what the conversation, the debate's really going on here. And I actually know that actually is a thing. So first for Moon, how do you feel about the possibility that more often, even though I can certainly pull in the population per capita into this, or you could say, well, there's more white people, that happens to be why it happens, but particularly white heritage does lead to a propensity to act out racially motivated. Do you agree with that? Do you say no? It is like on a larger scale per capita. Do the hate crimes or do the hate-driven motivation of race happen from white people more than from black people?
Most
okay.
definitely it does, because unfortunately, you bring in the fact that, like, it started with the Triple K group. That was very much racially motivated. White people have this, I want to, the learning through the years that they have learned to be biased towards certain people because they are of a different race, and they are told that, oh, black man bad, black man commit more crimes, black man, they're so it very much is a factor when it comes to white people committing these crimes. And that's where I said, when it is deemed necessary. And in that case, it is deemed necessary. And that's when race is a factor.
Okay, very good. And so then that kind of leads into my next question, which I will try to focus more on, Joe, but I do want your opinion on this, because you state that when it is necessary, where I look at it from the standard of when it comes to civil rights, our civil rights can be violated So when it comes to the 14th Amendment, right, and that's where it talks about color, creed, religion, that sort of thing. When it comes to that, that is the rights of the people, and the government is capable of employing the assistance of other individuals when other individuals agree with violating people's rights in the sense of civil rights. So they can do that. But when it comes to people, citizens, regular normies, not government actors, those crimes, like if a white man kills a black man, or a black man kills a white man, or a white, black, doesn't matter. The crime is the crime. And I'm wondering why it's necessary at all when a crime is a crime. And when you are talking about intent, the intent was not, it is important to note why the thing happened, but the primary reason it happened was because somebody wanted to do something that was a crime, and that would be the intent there. So for you, Moon, why would it ever be necessary? And then I'd like to hear, of course, Joe try to defend why it would ever be necessary to implicate someone if they admit that, then maybe in sentencing it may become a factor. But during the trial, it's either he did it with the intent of doing it or not.
So with the case of Dylan Roof, Dylan Roof was very much I'm going to say a wannabe white supremacist. He did the swastikas, he did the racial things online. So that is in fact a racially motivated crime. He went there with the intent of hatred. So that would be when it would be deemed necessary.
Okay. And Joe's handling something right now. I'll follow up with another little quick one there. Yes, it was deemed as racially motivated, but when you label it as a hate crime, what that means is that it's a higher tier, and then a different thing, different sentencing guideline altogether, rather than just that crime itself. So now we're talking about expounding an intent based on essentially what I'm looking at is a civil rights issue, which only can come from the government if we're talking about violations.
I love where you're going, Clay.
He had also made the statement that if it was, he wouldn't go into a white-based church and do the same thing. So his intent was racially motivated from the start.
Yeah. So I think maybe you're not understanding what I'm saying. So the government can violate somebody's civil rights.
Clay stating that during the trial portion of whether he's guilty of innocent of having killed people, that the race-based motivation isn't something that should factor into it at all. That's only something that comes into it during the sentencing guidelines, is the way it's supposed to work.
Yeah,
Yes.
that I can agree with.
Yes, a judge can take into account the harshness of the intent. In my opinion, why would we ever give a judge more power to punish because of what we deem hate, when in all reality the crime is the crime? And when we're actually, excuse me, let me correct that. Why would we give the DA more power, allowing him to up the charge?
Right.
Okay.
I love everything you said. I wouldn't change a word of that shit. And I would say that I would agree with it. I would have said it the way that you said it. And I think if we agree, that's the same cop that just went past. I think if we agree, it's unnecessary. It's illogical to label any of them hate
We're about
crimes.
to see some hate crime in progress.
Sir. All right. Well, I mean, I feel like I've got Joe Cool on my side on that one, and Moon seems to be at least in agreement. So I'll let it go from there and see what these other guys got. Thank you all.
Well said, Clay. See, I don't always jump you, damn it. Remember, I
Not
shout you
always.
out when you're good. Bro.
Did you get my Instagram thing that I sent to you?
If I did, I didn't check it. I got it on the third other phone. I probably might not.
Send it to you in Discord. Send it to you in Discord. It's funny as hell.
Your interracial love letters are for another panel, gentlemen. With that, Trout, what you got to say, sir?
Hey, what's up, Butter Skull? Spin, Clay, Avatars, Santa. Still waiting for my bike. Joe, I'm just going to ask you a question real quick. Do you think some white people have it harder in today's society because people feel it's okay to criticize white people, more specifically white
Yes.
Christians?
Well, if you didn't add that out part on there, first of all, I think white people do got it shitty because of what you said. You threw the Christian part on me at the end. It threw me because, yeah, they got criticisms from white Christian motherfuckers in specifically, but they probably deserve a little more weight. White Christians do. You
All right,
expect
so let me
more.
ask you.
I know I do. Yeah.
All right. I like you, Joe. You seem based, even if you're wrong. I mean, nobody's right on this panel, but I feel like we all, including yourself, based on beliefs on actual facts, not feelings. That's why I think I called you a
Yes.
liberal in the chat. I'm gonna take that shit back. You're not a liberal. Not in the
Okay. Right.
But anyways, let me ask you one more question. All right. So you know what Don Lemon did, right? He invaded that church with a whole bunch of other people because the
Yeah.
pastor was a member of ICE and people are defending him, right?
Mhm. Yeah, I remember.
All right. Now, if somebody else, an independent journalist, you know what? Let's just say Spin. I'm gonna put you in this
Yeah.
scenario, Spin. Let's
Yes.
say Spin got some of his buddies to invade a I don't want to call it a church because a Muslim, whatever. I don't know if Muslims go to church, but
Mosque.
wherever they congregate, huh?
Mosque.
Yeah. Let's say Spin got a couple of his buddies to invade that, what Boulder just said.
Well
Do you
said,
think
Amaz.
people, yeah, do you think, yeah, it was kind of low, my fault. Do you think people will defend Spin's actions for that? Or do you think they will condemn Spin because it wasn't a traditional Christian church?
Generally speaking, they will condemn Spin. Yes, and generally speaking, these guys got away with it smooth. And you know, it was weird the way it was portrayed. Legally, though, that was very interesting, especially if we just talk about Don Lemon himself. The shit they charged him with, I can't remember what it was called, but some weird fucking charge that's rarely used, and it did not apply to what he did. It would help if we could remember the charge. So by charging him with that, you, in my opinion, you guaranteed him a way to get off. You would have had to come up with something else, and I don't know what that charge would have been. Either
Yeah,
way, personally, that's fucked up. And I think, you know, if all them motherfuckers coming to a church like that, you could throw them motherfuckers out. You should be able to throw them out if you want the police should assist you in doing the shit.
All right, yeah.
I'd be
I
upset.
think we agree on both. Boulder, can I ask him one more quick question? Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. No judgment if you do, and try to be honest. Do you get most of your information off of the media, or do you do your own research if you hear something about it?
If I'm gonna be honest, I wanted to say off the media so bad, but that probably wouldn't be true. I do use the media, but that wouldn't change because I know how evil, untrustworthy, and slimy and shit they are. So all that is a starting ground for me to do my own research. But most of my shit, most of my shit, whenever I'm curious about something, it's an open world now. Like the shit about the war, the Russian-Ukraine war in the beginning. You know where I went because no one was giving you the real deal. I knew, you know, the history and all of that shit, but I couldn't find it anywhere else. You know what someone directed me to? Some motherfuckers in England, I think, who directed me to some motherfuckers who were on the ground who lived there. And that's how, you know, I was lucky to get my source there. And I try that all the time, even during this war here, the war that they got going on now, Israel, and the shit that was going on in Palestine that was blacked out for a long time. Shit did get out, and I suggest you go there because you get to see great reactions. I'll tell you one if I can remember it. I probably can't remember it well, but so I think it was CNN reporters had their guide who apparently spoke at whatever they speak over there in Palestine, and they didn't need it because everybody spoke English anyway. But these people were protesting against their government. They were snapping in the streets, mad as fuck. CNN thought this was an end. We're gonna go in there and get them to say we hate our regime, and they went in there and the motherfuckers got mad at them. A couple people did step up and say, listen, she was like, but I thought you hate these guys. We like, they dudes say, yeah, they the scum of the earth. They the worst of the worst. But you know what's worse? Fucking America. America is even fucking worse. American media is fucking worse. So I don't hear that unless I get there. It was great.
Hey, look, I'm going to yield my time and you know, basically wait for DJ mode. But I suggest you actually look up this guy. He's a YouTuber. He's called Officer Tatum. He you know, I don't want to call him a young black man. He's like the same age as me. So like we
all know who Officer Tatum is, Kraut.
Don't get me started. I will get started. Well, wait. I think y'all Tatum, if I'm correct, he's the Uncle Tom as cop.
I knew
I'm
that
sure
was
that's
I knew that was.
Hey, look, I think he's pretty based. I don't listen to Candace Owens because I think she's biased now ever since that shit with her and Ben. But I yield my time. Go ahead, Toasty. What's up, man?
And just to clarify, Lemon and 8 others each face 2 federal charges: conspiring to violate someone's constitutional rights and violating the FACE Act,
that's what it was.
Which prohibits use of force or threats interfering with someone expressing their First Amendment religious rights.
Wait. That's something different. There was one that had to do entering a public building, though, was part of the wording, and that's where they failed. Something to that effect.
So anyways, thank you, Kraut Mick. And with that, hard talking Toasty. Toasty.
Toasty.
Hey, Toasty.
All right, hey.
And with that,
What's up? You a fan of mine, Joe?
Back to Toasty.
Can you guys hear me good? You guys hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, so I want to ask Joe Cool what did he think about when Morgan Freeman said that if you really want to know who the racist in the room is, look at the people who keep talking about it.
I would assume that Morgan Freeman been around white people too long at that point. He was way too fucking privileged. I'd have told Morgan Freeman the same shit I said to that girl there. What other problem would your fucking suggestion be? Don't talk about it and it'll go away. What other problem you got where you would give that fucking advice? I think Morgan Freeman's a fucking clown for that shit, person.
So you don't believe that you would believe that if we just stop looking at everything like this is racist, that's racist, and just say that's a crime, that's not a crime, and so on and so forth, that America wouldn't be a better place?
I think we should do that. It's a crime. That's a crime shit, and it will be a better place. But I don't think that that's somehow going to stop, racism or something if we do that, right? And I don't think that racism is going anywhere because it's been around this fucking long. And you're telling me the solution this entire time is just don't talk about it and go away? That is the desperatest fucking shit I ever fucking heard. What the fuck is that even?
Well, I mean,
we tried everything else.
It comes out of the 90s, right? They taught us don't see skin color. You just see a person as a person and what a person does.
All these things are correct.
Actions,
all those things are correct. But to say if the person who calls something out as racist, he must be racist. That's the ultimate gaslight. It's telling no one that you can ever call it out if someone is being fucking racist. If a police pulling me over for more tickets because he's a racist, I can't say. If someone did something because of racist modifications or the police say fuck you hard R, I can't use it because of fucking Morgan Freeman's advice. I shouldn't even call it that. I shouldn't, talk about that part of it. It's not logical in the real world.
Okay. Let's maybe let's try this little alleyway, a slight little detour, if you will. Do you think it's more racist to teach you to be offended by those things than for somebody to actually call you, say, the N-word or something like that?
The teaching shit is worse. The calling the word, you have to involve intent, and most time it's not what it seems. The teaching thing is worse.
So you would agree with me that the propaganda needs to fucking go. The telling people that just because so and so called you an N-word, you have to get upset about it and be violent and whatnot.
It's like stepping on a motherfucker's shoe. We got to cut that shit out. If a motherfucker step on your new white J's, you just not mean you can smack them and all of that bullshit. It's the same way. But I would do this.
Also,
I would be less concerned.
Champagne room.
No sex in the champagne. I would be less concerned with telling the guy that you should not smack him. With teaching the guy, the bigger, the 60-40 on that is that guy that's calling him that shit. He needs to control himself first. That'd be the bigger issue. Yes, I'd counsel dude. Listen, I don't let him get you off your square by saying a word. I've had to tell myself that, and I've told other people that. But the guy who's really at fault here must be talked about bigger. He's the one who kicked it off by saying that bullshit and trying to get a motherfucker around. He's the bad guy.
Okay. So then it kind of sounds like you would actually agree with Morgan Freeman, because that's exactly what he was saying.
Why did he add, don't talk about it? That's the only part I have an issue with.
Talk about it. Don't teach the young black kids to be
I don't have a problem with all of that shit. I don't have a problem with all that shit. I have a problem with don't talk about it. If you talk about it, you're a racist. That's the only part I'm calling out here. I think that's crazy.
Okay. Yeah. I think I have no further questions, and I'll yield my time.
All right.
Thank you, Toasty.
Thank you, Joe.
Yep.
Thank you, Toasty. And for the win.
This has got to be interesting.
He's just going to win with strong, silent stoicism. That's why I'm going to win.
The fat lady's wandering over to the microphone to let us all know. For the win.
Saw him in the chat a second ago.
I was muted.
right.
I was muted. That was a rookie move.
Rookie move.
And I never keep the StreamYard thing muted. I just do it on my microphone. I was like, what the fuck? I'm glad you guys didn't hear what I called Balderson just now, because off the chain with that one there. So I was saved by the mute. So
I thought my ears were burning.
So Joe, it seems like this whole thing's about racism and crime and such like that. And would you agree that there's more variables into, like, at the end of the day, what ends up happening to the person who commits the crime than just race?
What happens to the person who commits the crime than just race? Yes, I would say the race shit is always going to be a minute. It's certainly smaller, even to minute if existence. We're in agreement so far, yes.
Okay. So at what point does race become the factor?
It's always a factor. You consider all parts of the picture. You don't leave it out. That's the issue I got. White motherfuckers will consider every facet of the fucking problem. We can go at it from a poverty viewpoint, educational, every fucking part. But if you say race, it is a factor, admittedly a smaller factor. Oh, you got to prove to me that exists, Joe. What laws it can't be a part of the study part. That's the you got to keep it all. It's a multifaceted problem. It's going to require multifaceted approaches. Okay. Race must be one of them. I wish niggas would agree with that.
So if someone's charged with, I don't know, let's say, violent robbery.
Yeah.
How many different ways can that go down?
A
You know, like-
million. I don't see why race goes into any of it so far.
Well, I don't. I exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like
Right.
when these things happen on a case by case by case basis.
We agree.
And then you look at the individual as well too. And when you're looking at that individual, I don't think race comes into play when, are they a first time offender or are they?
I don't care if he calling the dude the R-E-R while he's stabbing him. You just charge him with murder. Do not bring the fucking race into it. Like Clay said, I hadn't thought about that, but yeah, if you just do it like that and then the judge sees fit at sentencing or something, considering he's an honorable man and shit, yes, he should weigh that in. But I don't see how race even comes into it at this point so far.
Well, that's why I'm trying to ask, like, aren't you defending that racism is prevalent in all of these situations and such, and that it comes to something with all of this, where it sounds like you're kind of agreeing with Moon right now, ultimately, with her stance. Okay,
explain to me how. We were talking about what was reported on more, which was probably wrong, but explain to me where you think I agree with Moon and disagree with Moon shit.
Well, like a judge, when he's making a decision to sentence, that's the final decision as to the outcome of the case, right? But going in, that person has to be arrested. So when you're talking about racism, is it from the police officer side, or is it?
We were talking about what's being reported on more. Are you talking about during that part or some other time? I was just trying to make an argument of what's reported on more. And I was just trying to make an argument to that part. Yeah.
So you're coming from the side of the media of reporting on a case and that things are racist. That.
Who reports on more? Or white people reported on more as being racist or black? I think that was pretty much the prompt. I'd be all over that, bro. I'd be all over that.
And I could see that. I could see the media definitely having a more favoritism of being able to show, black people being arrested or whatever, because they want to show America as a racist country. There is a plan behind the scenes to be able to implement and stoke these types of things. I would agree with that.
Yes.
But when it comes to the actual, crimes that are committed, a black person and a white person can commit the same exact crimes. It doesn't have a color to being able if you can or cannot do these things ultimately.
We agree. The sentencing should not have or the amount that you go after this person should not. These things occur too, and they should not be occurring.
Okay. Well, I think we're in agreement here ultimately, because that judge has to make a decision, and that person's job is to take in every factor of the case and everything. Was this person?
Wait. We might still have a little disagreement here. I was saying in my little utopian world, where I added that the judge must be an honorable man, meaning it got that far and he was not charged with anything. But as it exists now, no, I don't think the judge is qualified to throw any race shit. He'd be just as worthless as the DA you giving power to and all of that shit as it exists now.
Sure. And like I said before, it's a case by case basis. Like, every case is not the same exact thing that happened one to the next.
Very good. Very good. Yes, you must leave room for the judge because it's case by case.
Yeah,
I agree.
There's plenty of other variables, and when it comes to it, we shall be mindful that race shouldn't have a factor in that. It just doesn't.
Race should have a tiny factor. That's the only issue I take with you cats. Don't forget, it does play a tiny. I'll grant you that, but don't say it shouldn't have any factor. What is that?
So what is that tiny factor then, Joe? What is that tiny factor? Because in a sense, by you saying that, you're kind of being racist right now. Then
the nigga who says it must be racist, please explain to me how. I'm saying you must, in considering your fucking issues, if I'm going to solve them, I must consider race into it, because let's say it was the guy, he killed the motherfucker just because there's some racial shit. I need to know that shit. That's vital information. Yeah, that is the motivation the same way I would take the rage of a guy catching his woman cheating. All of that would play a factor. Race would also play a factor. You just can't get rid of it.
But that's what I'm saying, Joe, is that this is done on a case by case basis. I mean, you can straw man me and bring up anything that you want in the world to create a point.
I wouldn't intentionally straw man.
Even with, I understand, but that's what I'm saying right now.
Say what?
If you're going to say, someone cheated on somebody, and this is what happened.
I ain't got no cash, pal.
I ain't got
All
no
right.
cash.
Go ahead and put a pin in that until
You should go around to the window on the other side, man.
I'll go ahead and give Joe a mute so he can
I'm sorry. I'm back.
talk to the homeless by himself. Hey, yeah.
We're not
Do you have-
racist.
do you have- I didn't put a label a race onto the homeless. I just said homeless. Yeah. Spin, do you have anything to say before I give my final thought and we open up the shit show? Ant, do you want to throw in any questions to either Moon or Joe?
No, I just got here.
All right, thank you, Ant, and glad you're here, brother. We always love you. Joe, I would like you to when we get to the open panel, address the propaganda about the Triple K Society. And I don't understand how they twisted that into racism when it was obviously about thread counts. If you take the KK and K and you use gematria, it turns into 777, which is how many threads your sheet should have. And I don't even know how this happened.
Yes, I'll definitely speak on that when we come back. Yes.
And with that, have at it, guys.
All right. I have no idea what fucking Baldus is talking about.
I want to clarify with everyone real quick, just to like get semantics down. Does everybody agree race is a social construct, and it's more about culture? Would everybody on this panel agree with that?
Yes, race is not a thing in real life. I would agree with that.
Race is nothing more than regional adaptations mapped
Yeah,
to
yeah, it's a
99.9% of our DNA.
Right.
It's not that significant.
How many races are there?
Human race.
Shit, I think,
Well,
I don't know about that, but I know how many. No, hold up. Actually, I don't want to get my
There was
answer, 'cause
some
I haven't read
British
about
dude
that
who
in a
came
while.
up with the reason when he was looking for ways to separate the British from Mongoloids and other people. It was not really used as a construct more for that. As we often cited on the channel, Slavs is from the Slavic people. It wasn't about color.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and get into a fight with the whole panel. Then how is it that because that's the mamby-pamby liberal bullshit. Weirdly, would you guys believe me if I said that my race was sub-Saharan South African?
It would be a leap for me.
I wouldn't believe you if you said you were white.
We can all trace our ancestry back.
Well, hold up.
to
I gotta
sub-Saharan
ask Florida a
Africa.
question real quick.
So they definitely we can. I'm not saying any specific race is better than another, but the fact that we all have very specific ancestry that leads us to a certain geographical location, and that's really what race is, that exists.
No, it was just called race.
Well, that's more ancestry.
Yeah, that's just telling us where Homo sapiens are.
Well, I mean, I got to assume
You're a
that
homo, not me.
if your race is black, that you have black ancestors. I've got to assume that, and if you have white ancestors, you're going to be white. I've got.
Hey,
to assume.
Boulder.
But what are Panamanians with dark skin?
Pandas?
Hey, Boulder.
They're Americans.
I would still call them Panamanians. Yeah, what's up, Carl?
What race are Inuits?
I'm not looking to buy you dinner or anything like that with this question, but do you have blue eyes?
Yeah, that's a dinner question.
I have green eyes.
He trying to fuck you. He ain't trying to buy you dinner.
Nah, I was about to say we're probably related, considering like we're both like from fucking German, fucking Norway type shit. But there's a theory all blue-eyed people are related, but that's you don't have blue eyes, so like I don't need to get into that. But yeah, man,
the Germans mixed with like those from the Italian area. So when you see the dark hair on Germans, it's not because the Germanic tribes actually had dark hair originally. So if I know, obviously, I'm going to come from the belief of Christianity, but really, when you look at the different peoples, you've got basically three types: the very dark skin, the very light skin, and then you've got everything in between. Okay. And when you go into Asia,
Irish.
when you go into Asia and the Middle East, that's everything else. When you go into Europe, it's that really light skin. When you go into Africa, it's that really dark skin. But what's interesting, what I find very interesting, is that when you come over to the Americas, you begin to see something else. You see a bright orangish red tint, which tells me that it's got nothing to do with, oh, I'm descended from these people, but it's got more to do with the environment you're in and where and how much sun you
Evolution.
spend. Well, it's not
evolution.
It's not evolution. It's the sun.
No, it really is.
Sun.
It's the sun.
How is the sun tanning your skin connected to
Because
thousands,
the
millions of
melanin
years of evolution?
protects your skin. The melanin
It's
protects your skin
genetics.
and pushes
You can say
under-
it's genetics.
Let-
It's
let
not
him-
evolution.
One at a time.
You can say it's
melanin,
genetics.
which is your skin
That's
tone,
genetics.
protects. Yes, it's
That's-
it's a heritable
Genetics
trait.
is not a theory.
But heritable traits can also disappear within 3 generations.
Exactly.
There are a lot
my
of
point.
people that can appear to be white passing, and they're from black stock. It is
White-
it's
White
it's
people
a
have black
heritable
babies. Black people
not
have white
dominant
babies.
always.
Clay,
Yes.
why do lighter people of European descent have lighter eyes?
So that part right there, like, here's the thing: your eye color, right? That's genetics.
Well, it's genetics, but evolution over time.
No,
That's really what it is.
no,
Yes,
I mean,
it is.
not evolution. Evolution
Hold
is
on,
a theory.
He just got a problem with the
No, no,
word. Is all it appears to be. Just that word
No.
irks him.
Because what you're telling me is all of a sudden we came from fish,
See?
and
Oh,
that's
no.
just not a thing.
Darker skinned people are around the
Oh,
equator.
no.
Lighter
Hold
skinned
up.
people are at the poles.
What
And
color are
lighter
the
skinned
fish's
people
eyes?
around the poles tend to have lighter eye color as well.
What color of eyes do fish have?
It's not about fish. We're not. You're
came
not
from fish,
debating
surely you
how
know
fish
this.
I
evolved.
mean, I think they're gray,
Right.
aren't they? Mostly.
Well, if we
Yeah, I
came
do
from
see
fish
gray in
or
there.
fish
Colors.
or
So that's
dogs
just
or
a red
monkeys,
herring to
whatever.
bring this back to a
Oh, yeah,
creation.
probably is.
We're
Yeah,
talking about the evolution of humans. It's been about 250,000 years. So let's
Uh-huh.
not call it something
You were there.
else.
You were there.
Yeah,
Well,
You were
I
in
was.
250,000 years old.
Absolutely.
Bro. Holy crap!
a
You
lot
look good
more
for
than what you
250,000
believe,
years.
my friend.
You look
But
good for 250,000 years. That's
I
all I got to
followed
say
my
about that.
genetics all the way around with the Celts
Bro,
going
I
all the way
believe you,
up in the
Santa.
Gales and everything else.
I believe you were just.
You can
I
follow
believe
my
you.
heritable traits all the way. I know
Bro.
you hate science, and
Hey,
that's
hey,
it's
oh,
not
hey,
science.
we ain't got to do the you hate science shit. Hey, Clay, I think
It's
that
not science.
we're just saying that we're just using the definition of evolution without all attaching the rest of it. Is that a light-skinned motherfucker can evolve from a dark-skinned motherfucker?
That's not
Just under that
evolution.
context,
It's not evolution. That's adaptation.
all right. Well, that's
Adaptation is evolution.
Well, no.
No, it's not.
No,
No, it's
hold up.
not.
Evolution. Hold up. I actually read a lot about this. Evolution and adaptation are totally separate things.
Completely different.
Adaptation means, so like our body changes for the better is evolution. Our body changes for the worse, it's mutation. Adaptation is your body doesn't change. You yourself change for the environment. Like you adapt to the cold weather by fucking building a hut. Your evolution to the cold weather, basically fucking Europeans, to put it lightly, to not get too
no,
complicated.
that's a misreading of the research.
no. I think he did it well. I think you said it well.
It's a misreading. Evolution happens on longer time scales, and adaptation happens in shorter. I'm not disagreeing. Other than that, evolution
yes. No.
spontaneously appears, and if it's successful with multiple people, then it becomes a trait within the heritable gene pool. That's all.
We've
All
never
right, correct.
seen
Yeah, I
a
may
rock
have
become a living
misrepresented evolution, but adaptation, I believe I was spot on with the definition.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just a
adaptation-
shorter time span. Nothing can willfully adapt.
Adaptation is a mechanism of evolution. It's one of. It's not the only one. There's others, but that is one of the mechanisms of evolution.
Sure, it is.
Well, your incredulity means nothing to me, Clay.
And, that's a big word.
It was.
Well, okay. So beyond, creation versus non-creationism, The truth is, we're all 5 or 6 generations from looking a lot like each other if we were in the same place. The melanin protects the skin underneath. The eye color is, like in my case, blue is double recessive.
I think it's
Hey,
you're probably my cousin.
wouldn't we call that evolution? Wouldn't we call that evolving from a darker to a lighter complexion? Wouldn't we call that evolution just because we evolved over time into a lighter person?
No,
Well,
that's
sorry.
more adaptation over like 10 to 15 generations because remember, well, if you don't know, the Celts came up from Europe into the. Wow, Joe.
Sorry.
Nice Harley, bro. We'll have to roll deep when
even
it
better in
finds out.
person.
So the Celts, they came across from Russia and the other what, and they go up to the British Isles, and they crossbreed with the Gaels and the Vikings. So that's adaptation individually if those cultures were separate, but because they intermarried, yeah, it's kind of an evolution adaptation as well. Because each of those different groups brought different characteristics. The ones that were most northern had fairer skin and stockier bodies.
That wouldn't get rid of evolution, though. The fact that those people who they came there were white because they've been under that fucking sun, different sun for 1,000 years.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's not.
Yeah, that's adaptation more than
No,
evolution because they
that's-
were still Homo sapiens sapiens.
That's genetic drift, not adaptation.
I
I
disagree.
think
Now, when you enter crossbreeding,
I would be
or
adaptation, Ant.
something else, you're putting new genetics into the mix.
Right.
The
So
genetic
how
code's
come
already
fish
there.
and
You're
how
just
come fi-
transferring across.
do
That's-
fish
yeah.
and dogs have the ability to make like a fog or something?
Ask
Well,
your,
they can't
ask your
mate
God.
and produce offspring, so,
So
no.
they can't produce offspring. Why is that?
They're different species.
different
Okay,
species.
and so different species can't interbreed, right?
Some of them. There are occasions
Well, the
like,
Denisovans.
like the
they're close
liger
enough.
and the mule and
But
things
they're-
like
no,
that.
those are
Mules and
cats.
honeys.
But there are
And-
cats. There
and
are
most of them will be-
mammals.
And most
Is
of them are
this about
sterile.
about your religion, Clay, or is this about white and black crimes?
No, this is about white and black crime. So when we're talking about white and black crime, and we're specifically trying
So
to
you've gone back
label.
to those races that had
Well,
their skin burned?
Do you want to know and ask another
Because that was in your book, right?
Did you need another question? Did you want me to answer that question or the first question?
Both.
Okay, well, I'm going to answer the first question. So when we're talking about white and black crimes, because your second question was stupid and trying to be funny,
It's in your book, man.
It's
Don't
your
blame
book.
me for your
It's your book, not my book. You read a totally different book than I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Gentlemen, I'm going to step in here and just interrupt you for just a few seconds. We have a sponsor. We do have a sponsor of this live, and it is forthwith of this.
Tired of your wheelchair falling apart at the worst moments? With the power of Flex Seal, those worries are over.
And also, if you would like to remove somebody from the panel, it will cost you $10 to the Benjamin Balderson channel or Cash App on @Spin City News. We do have Roguish Sun in the back waiting for his entrance to attack the panel. That is the way we do it here. $10 to boot, $10 to revive. The only unbootable people are our lovely guests, Mr. Benjamin Balderson, Miss Moon, Willow, myself, or Joe Cool. Anybody else is available to kick them in the back and say, fuck off. Back to you, people.
And also, there's a lot of misinterpretation going on where something's already in their genetic code and that marker is either turned on or turned off, similar to the way the supposed dire wolves got brought back, and it really is just a gray wolf that they just took and they flicked and they just made some of the genetic markers active that it didn't, as a creature, it didn't genetically alter just what things are active in the genetics altered. So that's more of an adaptation.
So what would evolution be under you guys' definition? Do you guys, is there such word as evolution then? What would that be a descriptor of?
Evolution literally means that a species can come from a separate, completely different species. So that's
Over a long
literally
period of
evolution. You have to have that in evolution. Otherwise, evolution is not a thing.
Evolution is
No.
heritable traits in self-replicating life forms over long periods of time.
Yep.
Which means that you need species to be able to become other
Listen,
species. It's just the
we can
reality
get
of
into
what
the-
evolution
We can
is.
get into the word of species. It's actually a problematic term. I would agree.
I agree.
Like the definition can change depending like what field you're looking at it in. So if we want to use a different term, it's fine. It's just that it's the most commonly understood term is why I picked it.
Well, actually,
I wasn't trying to be technically correct. I was just
That's perfect, Dan. That's perfect because that actually answers Santa's question because he's asking me why it is that I'm bringing this up when we're talking about crime. What, in my opinion, what them white motherfuckers, as Joe Cool says,
White man.
white motherfuckers back in the day in antebellum South were trying to do was essentially create a whole nother species out of black people so that they could call them subspecies. In fact, I remember a time, I don't know if you guys do, I remember the time when the N-word was actually in the dictionary and you could look it up and it actually meant lower species. It was in the dictionary. You guys might not remember. I remember.
No, I
literally
told you
called
about the
black
guy in England who started all of this.
and called them lower species.
Yeah,
Hold up, Clay.
but that doesn't mean they were a lower
That
species.
was my first clue.
But that doesn't mean it's true.
That's right. That doesn't
Sorry,
mean
Cal,
that
go ahead,
evolution
Cal.
is true. Yeah, exactly.
Hold up, Clay. I remember that word
That's
being
not
in
what
the
he said.
dictionary. I'm 39. I thought it meant lack of knowledge or without the resources.
There's
I
another
thought
one,
that's-
right? So anything that they can do to create that mindset that these people are different
Right.
than you, they're
Yeah.
not really like the white people who are this
Well, I mean,
higher species, higher intelligence.
didn't
I'll
hear
give
me
you
say
that,
that,
but I
did you?
I never saw the definition of subspecies. That's what
I
I'm
did. I remember seeing it in the
Okay.
dictionary.
Another
Now, are
def-
you suggesting, Clay, that that's what I was saying?
What I'm saying, no.
Okay.
What I'm saying is that evolution has a motive. Okay, the theory of evolution has a motive.
Okay. We
Darwin
disagree.
had a motive.
That's okay. But I think Joe and I heard each other very clearly. The truth is, what is predominantly the case now is economic. It goes down to economics, access to resources. We talked about the property tax. It's the one thing that you can point to that drives education nationwide. And I grew up in these schools. I went, this was my neighborhoods. So it was, I wasn't a black person. I was the poor white trash in the trailer park. But we went to the same school and the same resources weren't there. Now, I was fortunate that my family was really sharp on education. And so that's what really helped elevate myself out of the situation. But I'll tell you, there is a mindset, regardless of color, when you see other people, especially on TV, apparently having it all, and you're black, broke ass, can't afford, now and later.
I think you just pointed toward more direct evidence. The fact that it is done by property taxes. The person who do that knew that it would fuck up the poor. And I think that was their fucking intent. In this case, they would have been aware that they were freezing out black motherfuckers' schools. And I'm sure they would have thrown some more in there fuckers. They would have been well aware of how they would have been affected in this. And the fact that they still would go through with that shit, the motivation in there is probably racist shit. This is why else would you come up with this weird?
If there's no reverse racism, then why did YouTube hold albino lives matter?
So the I'm gonna get to the so the reason that I should consider race is because some motherfucker who believes in race was able to affect my life.
I was going to show that motherfucker too. Dude, I can't believe it held it. Like albino lives matter. YouTube literally held that. Like that's wild.
It's just crazy. No, I agree. I agree with both of you on this. And that's what I'm talking about. So the Irish, you know, if we could speak about the Irish for a sec.
Easy.
I'm part Irish too.
All right, you got the card.
Yeah. But the Irish were considered less than human to the Brits, and this is why they were treated so poorly. And when I say less than human, it was essentially they're another race. The Italians considered other peoples, other nations. It's literally tribalism, nationism, whatever you want to call it. It's this stupid tribalism shit.
Right.
And regardless of whether I believe, you know, this or that, the racism thing isn't like a real thing. But because I agree, it is something that has been used and is still used. Why does the government use racial statistics?
I think to leverage us against each other, keep us distracted.
So hold up. So I would disagree.
Yeah, I
with
wouldn't
that.
agree
So
with that. Yeah.
So really, the reason why I brought up it's about culture and not race is because to answer Santa's question as well, when he mentioned the media is bought and paid for by the 1% and the 1%. And who are the wealthiest motherfuckers in this country? Everybody knows.
Yep.
The Democrats. The Democrats are the wealthiest motherfuckers in this country.
That's true.
You got us. You got us on
That
that.
part is true.
Definitely not where we thought you were going there.
I thought all billionaires were friends of Trump's. Right? I thought all of the multi-billionaire fucks, trillionaire motherfuckers were friends of Trump. Republican.
Hold on.
Excuse me?
But he's a rhino. He's a rhino. Trump is a rhino.
Am I crazy though? Trump would be Republican and the rest of the motherfuckers would be Republican.
Trump was Democrat forever.
He's a Republican now.
Yeah.
And all of these motherfuckers will have to have Republican beliefs and fall in line with this motherfuckers.
Actually,
They
that's an
wouldn't be
interesting
buddy
thing.
buddy the way they are.
Should these politicians be able to switch parties?
Well, yes, because ideas of the party can change.
I mean,
I don't see why they would not. I don't see why anybody would have come up with a rule where they could not.
they
switch
all want
parties.
your
That-
money. How about
That
that?
sounds crazy.
The interesting part is I remember a video where Trump sat with fucking the Clintons on Oprah or something like that, and Trump flat said, if I wanted to be president in the future, I'd just switch to Republican, tell everybody I'm a Christian, and bada boom, I'm the president.
Happened
they
just
went
like
all
that.
crazy. And weirdly, that is what he did and how that went down.
Trump was a Dino back then.
Why is J6 not reported as a steal of the election? Why is Trump not reported as trying to steal the election over to the government? Is that racism? I think it is.
I think it's politics that it
they
makes
tried.
it really deep to
like
understand.
if Biden was a black guy, you might have a case. Like
No, they- listen,
there
they
was
tried.
no race, there was no racial motivation in it. It was purely
The media reported that he's the one who initiated it. The DOJ essentially was trying to say that he did it. You know, so the idea that he hasn't been the name of the lead on that is not true. He actually was stated to be the leader on that initial movement to J6.
What, the Mexican guy that runs the Proud Boys?
No, Donald Trump. Donald Trump has been blamed for J6 in multiple ways, including the legal route.
It's
Yep.
funny too.
That's true.
And I would say that the reason he gets a pass is some racist bullshit. It was it's those people who want America to be white and remain right. Those people invading us. Pretty soon white people gonna disappear. It's everybody with that mentality, which is some racist bullshit.
I would say it's the Uniparty. I would say
But
that's
why not? Why wouldn't it, Joe, be also possible that it's a more authoritarian step for law enforcement?
A more authoritarian stats.
Yeah, the Uniparty.
Yeah.
I don't know
I
what you're
mean,
saying, but it'd probably
I'm
be.
seeing the acceleration since even, Reagan et al., the militarization of the police, the crackdowns on this, the crackdowns on where our rights are.
Oh, yes.
Economic T word when people are protesting. So
Yes.
a more authoritarian, sorry, I have trouble with that word.
Yeah.
As much as
it would be that and other things, but I would like to stay on the race thing for a second because it's my premise that motherfuckers will consider anything except the race thing. And if I say it's race, rather than motherfuckers saying yes, it's race, they say what about this and is it that? Odds are you're right, it'll be that too. If I could get some hard answers on was it racist and at all, am I right that it's a bunch of that? Trump represents the party of keep America white, make America great again. He's talking about whatever era, 50s or whatever, when the white man ruled every fucking thing. He wanted to go back to that. A bunch of people see it like that. There are a bunch of people, and some of you probably believe that these motherfuckers are watering down the race and the white motherfuckers becoming extinct. That's racist shit. Trump represents that. That's what we saw that day. That's what drove all those white racist fucks to feel liberated to go up there.
It would probably help if your examples actually included racism, because the two big examples you've banged on about are Kyle Rittenhouse, who killed 3 white guys, and the gas station he was protecting during the riots was owned by some brown guys. And then also Trump.
I didn't bring up Kyle Rittenhouse. He did, by the way, but go ahead.
Trump, I didn't hear a whole
I didn't bring up Kyle Rittenhouse.
I didn't hear you guys.
I didn't bring it up. You say I was banging on it. I didn't bring it up. She did. I was just deflecting her, arguing what she said.
And it's a white guy that killed 3 white guys while protecting the gas station of a black guy. So I'm just having a hard time fitting that into the racism box. And then Trump who's white, and Joe Biden, who's white. And he said that Joe Biden stole the election. Either way, you end up with a white guy, no matter how that pans out. So I'm not sure how that's racism either. I
wasn't saying none of that was racism. Did you address the shit that I said? Right about was it racist? These niggas doing this shit. Was it racism? You're telling me shit that wasn't racism. Do you see racism anywhere? Let me ask you guys that. Do you see racism in J6 anywhere? And tell me where. Let me ask you that.
See crime. I just see crime. That's what I see.
I'm with Clay.
No one sees anything.
White crime.
No one saw anything racist about that. Did you know
I said, yeah, Joe. Keep your eyes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I should definitely do that shit because you always are fucking independent.
What was racist about January 6th?
That's true. You get a group of people that large anywhere, there's a lot of stuff going on. And there were people, with the government that were enticing people on. Who knows? Somebody was probably selling Girl Scout cookies. That's a lot of people.
That's a
Hold on, Joe, you have to clarify. What was racist about January 6th?
Well, let's use our minds. Let's use our heads and come up with it together. Why? One, was it almost all white people? The Black Lives Matter protests, 80% white people, all races. The truckers or whatever, all races. Why was J6 so majority white, and why did it attract all those white hate groups? Why?
Causation versus correlation.
Hold up.
I'm asking you why.
Were there colored people at January 6th?
There would have been.
There were colored people, right?
Yeah, you can call them colored people.
Okay. Would you say
hold up, Clay, hold up. I'm about to land my plane.
Like
how many colored people got injured or killed on January 6th?
I have no idea.
None. One person died. He was a white cop, and he got killed by
he was one of the protesters.
Oh my God! Nobody died.
Don't forget the girl.
What's this got to do with anything?
Ashley Babbitt.
Yes, Ashley Babbitt. She was one of the protesters. She wasn't a cop.
All right. So I'm wrong on that point, but I am right that no colored people died, at a supposable racist
That
event.
What
point was
that got
correct.
to do with it? The only way it could be racist is if a black person dies.
No,
This
no,
is
no,
your
no.
premise.
All right, no. Listen, I gave you an example on how it wasn't racist. You provide an example on how it was racist that'll dispute my claim. That's how it works.
No, not really, because you can't prove.
No, actually, really. I made a
because it's
claim.
very
You
hard to-
disputed.
Joe, what I think
It's
he's
very-
trying to say is how can you
Yeah.
deem J6 as racist when there was both white and black people there when January 6th happened? Both white and black people were committing the crimes. Both white and black people were involved in the crowds. So how can it be deemed as racist?
Well, let's not be myopic. What was the percentage? We'd have to take that into account. I just explained to you that most protests are multiracial, much more multiracial than this. If I'm correct, and it was super few, and I am correct because I scoured the vids, and I've had this conversation a million times. I got friends who were there. There's a tiny amount of freaking black people there. Then we'd have to at least consider that race may play a role
I have the
if
stats.
we believe that happened.
I have them.
Go ahead, Clay.
So there
Yeah.
were, it looks like about 750 individuals there. 659, which was 92%, were white.
Wait. Yeah, it was way more than 700 people there, man. There were thousands.
No,
I don't know where
the
that
ones
stat
that
came from.
Was that who got arrested?
The
That's probably
prosecuted
some legal
defendants.
stuff. Yeah. I'm talking about
prosecuted
the
defendants.
crowds. And well, that'd be an indicator as well. I was talking about in masses. We have eyes. We can see it was all white people. Why won't someone say this? Why won't someone say? And I've seen people do
you're
this.
not
Look
gonna-
through Scour
no,
40 videos and
that's
say,
not
there's a
gonna
black
exist.
person.
It's not going to exist. That's not going to exist. All right, they're not going to
Well, it's
know
not
how
gonna
many
exist.
of each demographic was actually there. Like that's.
Uh,
you really expecting? I guarantee you that it's probably something per capita to the range of the actual population. It's probably going to be around 13% black people. Probably going to be around 60, I think, per capita white people. It's probably going to be
That's about what
somewhere
I was
similar.
polling. I was polling it was somewhere in the range of 90% white, 10% black.
Yeah, there were probably more white, I would say, per capita population for sure. But I'm going to say the black people there were probably, if I had to guess, around 8 to 10%. Like I would guess. But at the same time, we're looking at the prosecutions too. Now,
What's the
like
population of DC?
I don't know. I'd have to look it up.
Probably
DC
black.
itself?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So it'd have been a lot of black motherfuckers. It'd been primarily black motherfuckers
This
should have
is
been there.
so-
I do know that about DC. Yeah.
This is so easy to explain, right? Okay. 13% of the population is black, right? That's not that controversial.
Correct.
Most of those people vote Democrat, do they not?
They do.
All right. So is it that weird that you're not
Fairly
going to get
overwhelming for
huge...
black women, but black men actually, it's
But the
closer
point being,
to
it's not that weird that we
I was
don't
thinking
see
that,
that many
Boulder.
black people at a Trump rally, considering they're Republicans, and the Republican Party isn't that popular with black people. It's not racism. It's
Because
just
black people think the Republicans are because black people think Republicans are more racist than Democrats. That's why they don't fuck with Republicans.
I get that. It's bullshit.
So
The
race
Democrats
still
have
plays
launched
a
an
role.
Incredibly successful
I'm
propaganda campaign. I applaud them for it.
I would
super
disagree.
surprised.
Everybody talking that white nationalism bullshit. White people are becoming extinct. That's mostly Republicans with that nonsense.
No, it ain't. It's Democrats. For real, for real. Like, I'm surprised at
Yeah.
the
That
support
comes
that
from
Joe
both
Biden
sides.
got from the black community whenever he's sitting there going on and on about Corn Pop. Corn Pop was a bad dude. You know, that type shit right there. I'm like, how the hell are you going to sit there and support that type shit?
up.
But then
Hold up,
Trump's
Clay.
like, hey, I want to give you guys some money and I want to make sure that you guys have an opportunity. And then, you know, like, what the hell, bro? For real, for real.
This is straight up Malcolm X, Joe. Straight up Malcolm X. The liberal media will have you believe in the bad guys, the good guy, and the good guy's the bad guy. And the bad guys are all the politicians. But fucking Joe Biden literally said he didn't want integration of his schools because he didn't want his kids going to school in the jungle. He called black people super predators.
Specifically,
Amazing.
He authored the
Amazing.
3 strikes laws and the mandatory minimums,
you
which
ain't
caused
black. You ain't
flooding
black.
of
Amazing that you can see that Joe Biden was racist. I can see it a mile away. Of course he's racist. So was Hillary. All those fuckers are racist. What's even more amazing, Trump can't be racist though. I'm wrong there. What's more likely?
Give an example. I'll give you an example.
Trump is the guy who's not
I didn't
racist.
argue Trump wasn't racist. What I
Everybody
argued
else
was
is saying
this
that
was a
shit.
racist event, because now what you just told me was one racist was fighting with another racist about who won the battle. Either way, you end up with a racist white guy. So where's the fucking how is that fight itself racist?
Because
person that could ever
Republicans, I'll
win
tell
is
you where.
white dude.
Because Republicans are the ones with that. And I asked you 2 seconds
Well,
ago
now
if you
this
agree
is
with
why
me.
we brought up
Did
the
you want to know or not? You didn't
racism
really
of
want to
Joe
know?
Biden.
Because
You just said the
Republicans,
Republicans are
you
racist.
don't really want to know. You asked that question so you can continue speaking and talk over me in grandstand or something. The reason it still remains racist is because Republicans are majority the ones who share that Nick Fuentes, Charlie Kirk, white people need to run the world shit. That's Republicans, not Democrats. We think that's racist, and it is.
And I just listed literal policies that were racist that Joe Biden implemented.
We agree Biden's a
And
racist.
so then you told
You can't
now
see
you're telling me
Republicans
that
are racist
somehow
though. It's
that guy
fucking
is
weird.
preferable, that you're racist if you wanted Trump rather than the guy who said integrating schools makes them the jungle, that fucking implemented real policies, real laws that were racist, said black people are super
Yes.
predators.
Okay, you're going off of some shit. I don't know when Biden said it, but I guarantee you when he was running for office, he was saying he was not saying that
Minimums were in the 90s, bro.
he was not agreeing that at the time when he ran and anybody running in the modern era is not agreeing with that radical shit that Trump says that that he was willing to say now Africa is full of shithole countries and all the shit he said about the Hispanic
Trump
motherfuckers
had
and
to
all of
say
that
that
bullshit.
shit so that he could get the rest of the pilgrims on board. He had to say that shit.
The Clintons and Joe Biden ran on black people are super predators and we need to clean up our streets.
Yeah, when they not for president.
And you guys think they aren't racist. That's the best part.
Who is you guys? I told you they were racist a long time ago. Who are you talking to? He must be talking to one of you guys.
Hold up. He said
And
that.
gentlemen, money talks and bullshit walks. Mr. Brick Petition comes in on the Cash App with the Big 10 and says, "Get Toasty's ass out of here and bring Rogish up." Thank you, Mr. Brick Petitions. I thank you very much. Now,
Hey, Joe.
gentlemen, we do have Toasty back in the back. So, if anybody would like to bring Toasty back up, it is another $10 over on the Benjamin Ballerson channel or to Spin City News Catch App. We will bring Mr. Hard Talk Toasty back up. Gentlemen, also, Mr. Balderson is going to put up a goal. That goal must be hit in the next 40 minutes or the stream goes bye-bye. So that goal must be hit. Or, as Sarah will say, we're either going to hit it or we're going to quit it. That's the one big red dono. Gentlemen, back to you.
Hey,
Oh,
Joe.
and hold on. I got one more thing. The next break, I am making a very huge announcement. So you're going to want to sit over here, stay here to hear it. It's a big one, I promise. I've worked very hard to get there, and it finally happened. So stick around. Mr.
He's no longer a person, y'all. Congratulations, Phil. You finally got some. My man.
I worked very hard to get it, and I couldn't do it without all of you people. And
His
I'll release it
transition
here
to Walker
shortly.
was
What you mean, you people?
You people, motherfucker. What are you talking about? You people.
Y'all trip.
You people.
Yo,
No,
yo,
it-
let me
it is
ask
a
you
very
something.
big announcement.
What the fuck makes racism such a big issue anymore? I don't think I never
Because
thought
people,
I never
because black people can't be black people or black people crackers are crackers, man. What are you talking
Well,
about? That's racism, right?
No. Not all y'all crackers, because black people don't really think like that. That's a projection. Most black people want to go along to get along with you, motherfuckers. It's crazy. So the thing
I'd agree with that.
Okay, Rogish, I got to step in. Mr. Balderson needs a break. He's getting old in his age. He has to take another nap in between.
It'd be like
You
that
know,
sometimes.
Bro, that fucking laugh.
Grandpa lives matter.
That's right. Grandpa. Let me
The
ask you
Newsflex is in
something.
the mail.
And Joe Cool, forgive me. You know,
Get off my lawn.
old rub and tug, huh? That's what that is. Anyway, I'm not white.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
you're
white
a
people
Guido.
say that.
You're a Guido, right?
All
What you said?
white people
I'm a
say
Guido.
that.
Yeah,
You're a Guido.
Guido.
Right.
So I'm not
They
white.
include Italy.
All
and
white people
Europe.
say that.
It's really the dingleberry of Europe, so they are.
You know what, Balderson? I'm changing your
Hold up.
fucking nickname.
Hold up,
I'm a
Spin.
white
You say
pride,
you're a
cuz.
Guido or Guido? I thought Balderson was taking a nap. What's going on there?
I thought he was taking a nap. Then all of a sudden he woke up.
Oh, you were crying about.
No, go ahead. Hold on. You're a Guido, though. Hold up. You're a Guido. Proceed.
Yes,
bro.
I am. But see, that doesn't offend me.
Okay.
I'm not going to tell you what would, because then you would use it against me. But that's okay.
Not at
I got
all.
thick skin.
Ooh.
Nah, black people don't do that. We don't do
Yeah,
that.
man.
We don't
We don't even have a name for you guys.
We don't seek out the worst pejorative of another people. Whatever.
I don't have a term to slander white people at all. I don't have a term.
Hold up.
I do.
I got Peckerwood being from Oklahoma, but
That's
not
a
black
great
word.
one. Oh, I had a
That's
buddy.
not
My
a black
buddy's
word
daddy
though.
used to
That's
say
a hold
that.
up. That's a
But
white
I never
word
hear
though,
that shit
cuz.
anyway.
That's
You don't
that's
hear
a
it.
white word. Our word is home.
Yeah, it's
Pecker-
specifically though a gang in prison. They're entirely different than the Aryans. And all
No,
that.
people was calling y'all that before y'all was a set in penal code. Cuz get the fuck out of here. Y'all
Yeah, the
Peckerwood
fact
300
that-
years ago.
That's specific.
Yeah, in 1978, I had a young girl call me a cracker, so I don't think that was anything.
That's a white word too. That's a white
Yeah,
word.
that
Those-
ain't
those
even-
are
that
white
ain't
words.
heavy,
Who
though.
said it. I didn't know what the hell she was talking about. But I'm just saying it was a little black girl who said it, and I go ask my mom, who's a hippie and everything else, and it's like, hey, cool, that's what's going on. But this has been going on a lot longer than that. I mean,
Yeah,
I
true
think
that.
somebody brought up the 50s. I mean, you can easily point to this. People fought together, and then all of a sudden with the redlining and all these things with neighborhoods, I get why
Yes.
people would have attitude, because they were dying just the same. And then you put the economics into it. Who goes to war? Not senators' sons.
Yeah.
Not senators' sons.
Hey, I had a girlfriend. Her mom did some shit where she played went undercover for like 60 minutes or one of those news so and so's. What they did is they got a black couple. She was the wife, a pretend husband, and a white couple. They gave them all fake same credit histories and all of that bullshit. And they had them go out and try different things. Can you test drive a car? Black motherfuckers always no, white motherfuckers always yes. They would take them to different places. Can you rent here?
Have you seen
they-
black people drive?
But there were a bunch of those instances. As for a loan, all of those things, they treated black people shitty. They told them about the properties. We don't have any open, or they would
Robertson, look at the
overcharge
back
them
chat.
so that they couldn't afford the shit. All of these shit, the racism shit, is
So
going
where'd they
on
go,
now.
Joe?
But wait,
I mean,
hold
not
on,
to
hold
interrupt,
on,
but where
wait.
did they go?
Is it racism if at that time the motherfuckers will line you up on a tree, cuz nigga. Look, some of that shit was fucking trespassing. You feel me?
This
Because
was
if you
not
want-
long
if
ago.
you, I don't give a fuck, nigga. If you want to be around people that say we don't want you around, we'll kill you, and you still go around them motherfuckers, you can pick your own ticket. The fuck you talking
That's
about,
life.
cuz?
That's damn near life in America, man. Everywhere I
That's
go,
fucking
so it ain't
crazy.
nothing but
No,
it ain't nothing but white folks everywhere I go. I can't stay in my neighborhood my
No,
entire
if it's
fucking life.
motherfuckers that's murderous like that, then you get just as murderous then, motherfucker. What the fuck? That's all. If that's the only thing that they understand, that's all.
Ain't
they
no
ride,
white
that's all they ride.
motherfucking murdering me, so I ain't had to murder no motherfucking. I don't have to stay in my neighborhood because I get along with what fucking white folks. They're no threat. How's that fit in your scenario? Ain't nobody trying to kill me. I've been all over the place.
Fuck out of here.
I done slept under so many white roofs, and none of them stabbed me in my sleep.
Pilgrims
Joe,
live out of pocket. Let's keep it
I wanna
100.
ask Joe
You know
a
what I'm talking
question.
about? Y'all live out of pocket. Y'all always overstepping some motherfucking boundary or some shit. Just for shits and giggles. You know what I'm saying? You all right, dog?
He right about that shit.
He said, "You all right?"
Hey, I'm fixing to get off. So
Fuck
I'll,
you, fuck you, fuck you, and especially fuck you. You're cool. Fuck.
Fucking A.
All right.
Go ahead, Kraut.
Joe.
And L,
Joe.
you do still have to show us that you're not a troll. So you gotta cam up for a minute, and then you
Oh.
could talk to us all about how people made furniture out of blacks.
Oh, that's I might have to stay on for that.
No, it's
All right,
true,
Joe.
yo. Yeah.
It's really not, but I'm not going to get on that. I don't want to lose my train of thought. What I'm about to say. What you
Yeah.
just said statistically is actually true. Black people kill more black people than they kill white people. White people kill more white people than they kill black people. Statistically, that's true.
And the myriad of ways that you do.
Most murders happen in your home area. It's
Yeah.
so
But Joe,
most white people live around white people, most black people live around black people. So this is just how that fucking works.
Yeah, but we don't charge y'all
Joe,
to y'all
I want to
murders.
ask you a
So how the
question.
fuck can
Hold up,
y'all
Joe.
charge us to our murders? We don't charge y'all to the
Oh.
myriad of motherfucking delectable styles
Crimes.
of fucking murder that
Yeah.
y'all got of y'all in Pleasantville, cuz really?
I want to ask you a question real quick. You support a party?
Hold on a minute. Hold
In
on
the
a minute.
Politics gang? Oh no, sir. No, sir.
Hold on a minute. L,
Independent.
I banned and booted your ass back out of there. There is no fucking reason to do what you just did in the back chat. Abso-fucking-lutely not. It won't be tolerated here. I promise.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Oh, is it that bad? I'm looking at the
I saw that coming. I saw that coming.
Well, if he's willing to say
I
it,
saw that was bad, and I went right to look.
typically,
I ain't look at it.
I looked in the back chat,
I'll let y'all interpret it.
yeah, I mean, unfortunately, like people will
Yeah,
say
just putting
things,
him on the naughty list.
yeah, and yeah, if you're saying it in the back chat, there's a good chance you'll say it on screen.
All
Yeah,
right,
100%.
Joe. So the
He
reason
was a good nightmare.
I'll ask the question again, but the reason why I asked is because you brought up Republicans and Democrats. Do you support a party?
No, I think anyone who does it lacks any vision. I really shouldn't give them a lot of credence when they rapping with me.
Well, yeah. Politicians lie. Conservatives, liberals, they all fucking lie. We got to do our best, and with our best judgment, based on history and based on what they say. And if they lie, we try to hold them accountable. With all of that said, I said this on the other stream. So for anybody that was on the other stream, I'm sorry for repeating myself. But you can't judge the Republican Party and say they're racist without looking at the mountain of fucking evidence of the Democratic
It don't
Party
matter
being
if they're
racist.
racist.
Wait.
It don't-
Let me put you
it
at
don't-
ease.
It don't fucking matter if they're racist. Nah, because I'm tired of
Yeah.
people calling fucking
Okay,
Republican
go
Party
ahead.
racist.
Go ahead.
Hold on,
I hate
no.
that
Hold
shit.
up.
No, here,
The
let me finish.
Democratic Party has a
The
history of
Democratic
being
Party
racist,
is
bro.
just as fucking racist. They're just a fucking soft style of it. So it's just that them niggas who attach themselves to them is more like some motherfucking yes men, while the black people who attach themselves to the fucking Republican Party are some fucking mascots. There's no fucking
Man,
honor
they-
in
they-
representing them fucking one.
Well, let's get this straight. Republicans are openly racist and closeted gay, and Democrats are openly gay and closeted racist.
Closeted
I don't know which one
I agree with you 50% on that, cuz. I agree with you 50%.
That's cute. That's
Look,
cute. man.
hey, look, like Malcolm X said, beware the liberal white man. Now, give me an example of history of the Republican Party being absolute fucking racist.
Right the
Name
fuck
some
now,
Yo, who gives a fuck if they're racist?
Yeah,
the whole
yeah,
thing
that's-
is that's not a decision. That's not the reason why you make a decision. If you can work with a motherfucker and contract with a motherfucker who feel a certain way about your people, their history or whatever, and y'all can come up, y'all can fucking come up. And no matter how the fuck they
Hold
feel
up. If you don't care
about
about that, why are you saying Republicans are racist if that shit don't fucking matter anyway?
because people say Republicans are racist. You gotta go along with that shit. Fuck it. All right, people say
You
they're racist, whatever.
said
I don't
Republicans
see
are
no
racist.
difference. I don't see no difference. I don't believe in racism. I don't believe in racism. I think you motherfuckers are
So
being
why'd you say
yourselves.
Republicans were racist then? You're being a hypocrite.
Because
right
that
now.
that's
I'm
what's
gonna have to call you a
projected.
liberal again.
If Republicans are racist and they'll say that the Democrats aren't racist, when clearly the Democrats are racist, they're just a fucking soft style of it, then what the fuck is racist?
I think you just
look
said
at
Republicans
the
are
economics
racist.
of the example of what
That
happened.
shit nullifies itself, man. The
That's
mathematics
racist.
don't
Exactly.
motherfucking work.
That's a really
Everything-
good way to look at it.
Everything
That statement
starts-
was racist, and I'm standing by it.
I'm out, man.
the fuck?
I gotta wake up at 7 in the fucking morning.
All right, busy, man.
Listen, Joe, listen, you don't
Yeah.
seem completely biased, bro. But look, get out of that victim mentality. I'll grant you this. Maybe black people do have to work a little harder to succeed in life, but so do fucking poor people. And there's poor white people, there's poor black people, there's poor yellow motherfuckers. And a lot of them can succeed in life. So stop.
Wait,
stop
wait,
stop
wait,
being in the
wait.
victim mentality.
Before you leave, you may be straw manning me a bit. I would agree, and if the conversation would have progressed there, yes, white motherfuckers get fucked over all the time in many ways, and we can go into depth about it. But I'm not so crazy that I would say it only happens to black people. And me myself, I'm not claiming any victimhood. I gave you some statistics of what's going on. I don't think I'm claiming any victimhood. And personally, I can tell you, I do well. I'm fine. I don't feel like a victim, or so I hope I'm not coming off as one, man. If anything,
No, that's
I think
why I
I'm an
said you don't
arrogant
seem
prick.
completely biased. That's why I said you don't seem completely biased. Like you're like right in the middle, bro. I believe there's hope for you. There's hope for everything. There's no hope for that motherfucking Spoons character. There's no hope for that fucker. But there's hope for Effigy. There's hope for you. Hey, Balder, thanks for having me. Spin, Clay, fucking Ant, for the win. The dude to my right on the panel. I don't know your name. Your thing is too small. Moon. Santa Claus. I want my fucking bike, bro.
Roguish son. He was on
Rogus
last
son.
week.
Oh, okay. What's up, Rogus? All right, man. I'm out. Oh yeah, I remember you. Like about a week ago. I remember you. All right, I'm out.
Have a
man.
good night, Crow.
Thanks for having me.
I'm the kind black supremacist.
That's an interesting concept.
I don't know. I'm from North Tulsa. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I figured the only issue that y'all had with us was that we was better. That was it. Yeah, I'm on Black Wall Street. So it was at an early age.
Yes, that's why
Because all black people in Oklahoma love white people. All right, toxically so.
I gotta tell you, fucking Florida, man. Southern Florida, they was talking about how racist it is. And I tell you, if you was a racist fuck, you looked at everybody got beards and looked like the most racist fucks in the world. Greatest people in the world.
Wait, whoa, what the fuck? I live in Florida. I'm a racist motherfucker in the world. What? Wait a minute.
He said they had beards. He wasn't talking about you trannies.
That's fucked up.
But you said
I need to
Southern
know-
Florida. That's
I
not.
need to know the
like,
difference.
the
Hold up.
northern part of Florida.
I
Yeah,
was down there with the alligators, with motherfuckers, you know, the country as fuck eating alligators and shit, Joe, and motorcycle riders and shit,
we
Joe,
got
and they
all
was the
that.
most polite fucks in the world.
You ever been to Daytona? You ever been to Gainesville? Yeah,
I don't know if I've ever been.
I know you've been to Tallahassee,
Hold up,
motherfucker.
wait a minute. Let's not put this on a predicated upon if someone is cordial or not. Fuck your feelings. That don't define motherfucking racism and shit. If you
All right, let me say this. I can go further.
Well, no, don't go no further. Hold up, you done went far
Okay.
enough. Wait a minute, because you know what I'm saying. You trying to do that the motherfucking anecdotal. I know nice white people shit, nigga. Nah, get the fuck out of here. Culturally, whatever fucking racism is, which I don't motherfucking believe in, I just think y'all being your motherfucking self. It ain't got to be nobody of no particular fucking skin color. When you say racism, you bring that skin color bullshit into it. But if that's the case, then everybody that was of non-white skin color or lack of thereof or whatever the fuck, however that works itself out, then would encounter the same fucking, you know what I'm saying, social barriers or whatever. They don't have a race problem. These motherfuckers got a black problem because this motherfucking Taiwanese Americans over here doing well. Hindu Americans over here doing well, complete with them weird looking temples and all that shit, right? Y'all permit that shit, so they ain't racist. These
It ain't
more
that,
than
though.
they fucking anti-black.
Can I ask you
Anti-black
something?
enrichment,
If you-
anti-black thriving. I don't know what the fuck it is, but it's something about niggas that y'all got an issue with.
Can I ask you, Rogish? So, yeah, I agree that
You
like
do drive worse than Asian women, so I mean, you got to give it that.
We must, because we get pulled over more. Can't be racist.
Speaking of which, so that's actually the topic too. So when it comes to the government, they do use the ideology of racism, right, Rogish?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, and I know you agree with that, obviously. But when it comes to that, if other people are going along with that
You
that
must consider
ideology,
racism.
aren't they really making they're making the bigger issue? Sure, but what I see too is basically the same thing that used to happen in the South in the 1940s and 50s and prior to that, where essentially the government will quote unquote employ, not with money, but just like saying, hey, let's go get them. They will use the regular people to essentially drum them up and say, hey, we got a problem here. It's these people, this race.
Fact.
And that's what they do. So I experienced that right here in New Mexico, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't because I was white, it's because I had a camera.
Okay.
So, that whole thing where you look at the 14th Amendment, the 14th Amendment is there to restrict the government's ability to violate our rights in a specific way, which are race.
But if the people no longer take that type of civic standing, if they've acquiesced, then that's null and void, cuz. So that's why I say don't hate the player, play their game.
Well, here's what I think. I think that the federal government shouldn't be able to use race in statistics, sex and statistics the way that they are, and then release it onto the public in a certain fashion. Like if they're going to do it, like the idea of doing it and then connecting it to race, it needs to be, I think, closer to what Moon was saying earlier. It's got to be for a specific reason. It's like somebody admitted to doing the crime because of that, because of race, because of sex, and that sort of thing. But as soon as
what is race defined as? Before we declare it to be defunct, what the fuck is race? Can we pinpoint that, or does it remain something that is just fucking ambiguous?
Well, I tell you what, the federal government uses it, so somehow they are able to define it. I don't know.
It's mostly just it's mostly just literally when you say race, it's just the region you're from.
Oh, actually, here's another point.
Really?
People
That's
talk
where your ancestors are from.
So there's a little checkbox that you can check, or that they have to check when you go into these facilities, or you fill out some paperwork. There's a little checkbox. So either you check it off or they check it off. And then when they check it off, isn't that technically a civil rights violation? So if you check it off, you're admitting to being part of that ideology. But if they have a box there and they are actually labeling you when you go into these facilities, white, black, male, female.
But the same thing happens with the census, and my great grandmothers had to put white down because the only two options in that census were white and black.
Right.
So
what if these constructs have outlived their usefulness?
Amen.
Well, so with the male and female, I could see the need for that, right? So when you're putting somebody into a facility,
Wait, what do we need more than just male and female? What the fuck are you talking about?
Exactly. Male and female, we definitely need a checkbox for that. But for white and black, we don't need that. We don't need
neither one of those because we're not fucking colors. And let's say that that's how the whole system works, whatever. But it's no longer effective. If there was a categorization that we could, I guess, you know what I'm saying, subjectively place ourselves into that could be acknowledged, you know what I'm saying, geo-wide, if you will, you know what I'm saying, what would it be?
So then the only reason that checkbox might be there is if somebody else wants to. Like, people talk. And this is one of the things that I find fascinating is people actually talk to the police. So when you have to deal with the police and then you have to do the checkbox yourself, people will actually check the box kind of thing.
Okay.
I don't understand why people do that. Like I choose not to answer.
Also, fuck the police. But go ahead.
Yeah. I choose the box of I choose to not answer, right? And then I don't have to worry about that, right? And so here's the thing on social benefits as well. When we get into social benefits, they do the same thing. They'll have a checkbox. Are you black, white, Asian, indigenous, all these different choices?
It's the system that's making it mean things that no longer serve us then.
Exactly. So the reality part, I agree. Male, female. That's it. I don't need you to tell me what demographic I am other than, or somebody else is other than that.
Right. You needed somebody to tell you if you're a male or a female?
No, he's saying those are the standards. Those are the objective standards that need to be left alone within the New World Order.
No. The doctor in the beginning of your life tells your parents whether it's a male or female. So there is that thing.
So Clay, I am going to push on you a little bit. Normally I agree with everything you say.
Sounds fun.
But that racial
that's what she said.
Box does need to be a factor in certain circumstances, especially when it comes to medical. Because if you think about it medically, there are certain things that people of African American descent have that people who of European descent do not have, such as sickle cell.
Well, could that
you notice how
get it too? Y'all gonna get it too?
Do y'all notice how she stated geographic areas when she made these statements? Did y'all know she stated geographic areas?
I did notice that.
That's because that's what race really is our ancestry from specific geographic areas.
No, but I'm saying, but hold up, what sets the metric of something being something though? If it's something that is tribal and subjective unto a solitary group, that can't be everybody's motherfucking metric and classification. Or if not, that's just subjective.
It's not. We have many systems of classification. Honestly, in this country, we should quit being such little fucking Nancy's with feelers. And then we could really get down to some real science and start looking at what these actual things, how they affect people and the different like medications that we should be giving different people out of different haplogroups. This affects this group better than this group, yada, yada, yada. We could actually start getting more refined with our conversations if everybody wasn't all up in their fucking feelers. Oh, I don't want to be divided and segregated.
If race was just a descriptor, I'm absolutely okay with that.
So when it comes to the medical part, though, like you're saying the race, because of certain geographical areas. Well, the geographical area, if it's a medical thing, right, the medical thing itself is not race. Sickle
but
cell
it's heritable along with race.
Sickle
People
cell
that
anemia.
derive-
Sickle cell anemia is sickle cell anemia. It's not black.
But
No.
it's more
How many
prevalent in
white
black
people
people.
have it?
That
it's
may
more
be, but if
prevalent
you
by
got sickle
far.
cell anemia,
many
you got
white
sickle cell
people have
anemia. Like that's like
There,
you
there,
can't
there's new,
correlate
there's
to
numerous
causation.
things that are very.
Not all
race
black people
specific.
have it.
That's true, but it's still going to be more prevalent, so it's going to be a factor. That's the fun thing about
so
the
if someone
human
has-
race.
Okay, but hold
We
up,
have-
but therein
each time we
lies
hone
the
in and
issue.
narrow down, we can get more and more specific with our medicine.
But
Also, it's an inheritable trait. So all you're saying is that that's not all you're saying, but one of the things that could answer your question, Clay, is they may have ancestry from those groups in Africa that developed the sickle cell
and that's
anemia
fine.
gene.
So then write that on the chart, not black.
I agree. I don't think
Yeah,
we need
I
to put
agree.
race on there. I think we just put down the medical condition. There's no need to
Perfect.
But like,
to muddy the waters.
I can clearly look at Rogish and see that his skin tone is black. I don't find that offensive. I find
My
that a
skin tone is
descriptor.
dark,
And-
motherfucker. It ain't
and
black.
I
It's only
can
black to
look- I can
y'all.
clearly look at my pasty ass head.
It's
even
only
though I
black
look-
to y'all. Y'all the motherfuckers that call
I'm
dark
also
people
not
black.
exactly. I'm
fuck?
also not exactly white, but I'm sure it's not pretty. I'm sure it's
Y'all
way
not white.
tastier
Y'all
than
are
this.
claiming white. Get the fuck out of here with
I
that
ain't
white
claiming
shit.
white. I ain't never claimed
Y'all
white.
claiming white. Y'all not
Hey
white.
guys, I would like
I'm
to.
not
Can I jump
white.
in
That's
here real
what the
quick?
I'm
box
seeing
is.
you with my shirt off, sir.
Yeah.
I am not
Can
from
I
the
jump in here
I
real
Caucasus.
believe
quick?
in the one drop rule. The one drop rule was how my grandmothers how to live. I still live by it. I got
from
more than
America.
one drop. I'm not white.
I'm an American.
Hold on, guys. Toasty, you had something you wanted to add?
Yes, I would like to add to this. All right, so I want to kind of settle things a little bit here in this discussion. Yes, sickle cell disease, SCD, is significantly more prevalent among Black and African American populations. In the U.S., it affects approximately 1 in 365 Black babies, and about 1 in 33 Black individuals carry the sickle cell trait. While it disproportionately affects this group, it is fundamentally an ancestral trait and not a racial one. So you guys are kind of half wrong and half right.
that
The
what's wrong
genetic
with you,
That's actually what
mutation,
I said.
the genetic mutation evolved in regions with high rates of malaria, such as parts of Africa, the Mediterranean, India, and the Middle East, because
And the
carrying the trait
Caribbean.
provides partial resistance to malaria.
And the
And
Caribbean.
I would like to turn it back over to you guys by asking, what would the Democratic Party be without racial issues at the platform?
You mean the crime bill? Biden
It
and
wouldn't be a
What
party.
racial issues? What you mean? They never saw
things
the
that they
motherfuckers. Do you really tell me that you still see them shits as racial issues as opposed to just, you know what I'm saying, hollow contexts that they can utilize? That it
DEI
comes-
came from one party.
Wedge politics is the name
That's
of it.
all it is, man. There ain't no fucking racial issues. If it was racial issues, they would really fucking care. They don't fucking care. So yeah, wedge politics. That's it.
It's a money.
But
It's a money
the
game.
black people connected to them is, got chronic pilgrim receptor syndrome, and that, potential a lot of black people suffer from that shit, and they're looking to be favored. Same as the black the black mascot MAGAs motherfuckers. Get your fucking ass out of here. They're seeking to be
It's
favored.
the same shit people do with cops. They
What
seek to
about
be
the MAGA
favored by
motherfuckers?
cops.
Wait a minute.
The-
You talking
the
about
black-
language
the-
now?
Now we're
The
back
black
off
MAGA
Tatum.
motherfuckers is
Now we're
seeking
back
to
to
be
Officer
favored.
Tatum over here. Damn it, Trout.
Just like a black Democrat.
All right, gentlemen, I'm going to step in here for just 1 minute. I said that I was going to make a big announcement. I'm going to put it up on the screen. It has been a long time coming for me to get back out into the field. I am now able to do that. We are going, Spin City News is going to Washington, D.C. as credentialed media through the Department of Interior. So
Hell
we are going up there. We are going to be live all day.
Doing what? Doing what? What are we doing, man?
From July 3rd and 4th, we will end the live broadcast at night with the fireworks celebration this coming July. So if you'd like to help donate to the cause, please do it through Cash App. My moderators will put it in the chat, and my Nightbot should be doing it. Haven't had time to pay attention, but yes, we are going to Washington, D.C. July 3rd and 4th to broadcast nonstop on the
About
Spin
what?
City News channel, the Benjamin Balderson channel, and a few others. We are also going to be broadcasting on America Rising Media, which is available on all devices. So please, if you can, help Spin City News out. And also, I have another announcement. Another gentleman that we know and we care about dearly in the chat, Mr. For the Win, is going to be tagging along. You will see Clay. You will see For the Win. Mr. Benjamin Balderson is my ride or die. He's going to be working in the background, helping out as much as he can. So we are doing it. It is coming. The production trailer is coming. It's going to be a good time. So I hated to interrupt the panel, but I definitely wanted to bring that up to you guys.
Giant congratulations, brother.
Thank you.
And
Congrats.
Joe,
Good to see you. Good enough.
Joe Cool. Just to kind of clarify, Spin. He wants to know what it's for. July 4th, but not just
press passed, so that way he can stand between Joe Rogan and Trump and the vice president. And he got it. It's really kind of cheating because he can spin around while he's doing the circle jerk. But, nobody else, the rest of us got to manually move. He's got like a much more fluid motion. It's like the difference between a Rolex.
Thank you very
and a
much.
Rolex.
That's really nice. Thank you.
But just to clarify, too, it's not just any July 4th, fam. This happens to be the 250th year of this nation. Now, if you understand what that means, it's 1776. The Declaration of Independence was signed in 1776. We celebrate the nation's birth every year on July 4th, and 2026 is 250 years, which is a big deal because 250 years for any nation to exist on its own, standing tall like the United States does. And, we got our issues and all that, but damn it, we are standing fucking tall. And so I'm really super stoked that you're going to be there. I look forward to doing everything I possibly can to make sure this goes off without a hitch.
Thank you. And it's humbling, and I got a little dust in my eyes when I got the email or the final email with the credentials in it. And it is something that I'm going to cherish the rest of my life. I will have documentation of something that I will only see in my lifetime. So it is something that I'm very I don't know what else to say. I mean, it's a lot of work, and I have to say this, and I'm not going to take much more time up on this. It's because of my viewers that I'm doing this. It's because of my viewers. I couldn't be able, and I would be remiss not to say that without my viewers, I wouldn't be able to do this. And I thank everybody, and much love to everybody. That is as big as Raging Tomato going to Vegas. So I'm very humbled, and thank you. Please like, share, and subscribe to the Benjamin Balderson channel, my channel, Spin City News. We are on X, we are on Rumble, we are on pilled.net, our flagship on America Rising Media. I much appreciate it, everybody. And back to you guys. While I sit here and cry like a little bitch.
I mean, it's a day ending and why.